In San Giorgio di Nogaro, in Friuli, between Trieste and Venice, there is the Italo Monzino Marine Test Centre, where you can try all of Cranchi's boats 365 days a year, even on holidays. The boat that we are testing today is built by Cranchi, and it's about 16 metres long. It's the E52F. That acronym indicates two significant characteristics. The E stands for the evolution of the product and emphasises the contribution made by the recent new collaboration with the Italian designer Christian Grande. And the F is for Flybridge. If you don't know Cranchi, you must visit their production site. It's one of the best in the world. They developed the most efficient plant before starting to build their boats, therefore cutting down costs and production time, so they are able to produce yachts at very competitive prices. Why choose a yacht with a flying bridge? Having an additional deck means more space, better living quarters, more opportunities to enjoy the boat. So let's stay here and begin sailing. The helm is asymmetric, to find the controls even blindfolded, to glance at the analogical indicators while keeping your eyes on the horizon and handling the plotter with your left hand. But what's the purpose of that joystick over there? The dining table is located aft, with folding extensions and surrounded by the couch. If we move this backrest, it's possible to add 2 more seats next to the helm. Back there, the kitchen, cabinet and the whole living space can be shaded by an awning. The living area can be enjoyed both in full sunshine or in the shade. A mobile kitchen has been installed on the aft end because this is the best place for a cookout without having the fumes invading the cabin. This steel plate is used to protect the fiberglass from the heat, but it conceals also a kill switch to cut power when it's closed. These windows are great to bring a lot of natural light into the seaman's cabin, and this small Italian flag reminds us that the Cranchi and Monzino families, who own the company, value the Made in Italy very much. The yacht features a submersible swimming platform equipped with handrails. We are well accustomed to seeing a double use of the foredeck in these 50-footers as a couch or a solarium. Here they have added some cup holders and lockers. At the centre of the salon, an innovative design has been adopted. The lines of the furnishing, of the couches and of the finishings are perfectly coordinated. A very enjoyable contemporary setting with, as always, an eye on functionality. The interior designer's focus was to enhance the comfort of living, furnishing the deck with 4 couches arranged in a square. You can accommodate many guests, and if you have just a few, well, then comfort is guaranteed. The table is adjustable in both dimension and position. The owner's cabin is without a doubt beautiful, elegant, but also discreet, with impeccable finishings. The deck is on different levels, but boats, as you know, have many steps, big and small. There are 2 storage units, a 2-door cabinet and a vanity. The yacht is only available in 3-cabin, 2-bedroom configuration, with enough beds to accommodate 6 people. The VIP cabin is very comfortable and with a great deal of natural light. The double room has twin beds rather close to each other. The The seaman's cabin is optional and has more space than others. This new yacht is driven by a new propulsion system with two 6-cylinder 7,700cc Volvo Penta D8 engines, able to generate up to 600 horsepower each.
Cranchi su questo flying bridge, le E52F,
On this flying bridge, E52F, Cranchi has installed the alternative 550 horsepower engines. The total cost of the yacht with these engines decreased by about €30,000 for an aggregate 100 horsepower less, not small. But what's the price for each horsepower? €300. Okay, put it this way, it's much more reasonable. These engines feature the common rail system, electronic ignition, 4 valves per cylinder, and in addition to the turbocharger, they also have the volumetric compressor. The output is a rather homogeneous and flat torque curve from 1,700 to 2,400 revolutions per minute, steady on the 1,750 Newton per meter value.
It's important
that these engines are able to give so much thrust right when the boat starts planing. It looks like these engines and this hull are made for one another.
With
the engines at almost 2,000 revolutions per minute, the fuel consumption is about 110 litres per hour, which means that at the speed of 11 knots, we're having a consumption of 10 litres per nautical mile. If we look at the graphs of the Volvo Penta engines, it might look like this regime is ideal to minimise the consumption, but in reality, it's not really like that. Have a look. Let's give some more gas.
At 2.500 giri con l'imbarcazione alla
At 2,500 revolutions per minute and with a speed of 22 knots, the hourly consumption obviously increased to 170 litres per hour. But since we're going faster, the consumption for nautical mile decreased to 7.9 litres per mile. In a yacht, it's not like in a car. Sometimes you just have to go faster to save fuel. Let's try to push the engines.
Ok, eccoci qua. Siamo a 3.060 giri minuto, addirittura.
Here we are, 3,060 revolutions per minute, even beyond their limit. The speed is now 31 knots and consumption 8.1 litres per mile.
Beh, se tenete sempre questa andatura non andate molto lontano perché la...
Well, if you're going to keep this speed, you won't go far because the tank is not huge. But if you decide to slow down to a cruise speed in full displacement, like a sailboat, a 1,570 litres full tank can take you more than 1,000 miles away.
Intanto proviamo una costata.
Right now, let's try banking at full speed. The list is considerable, but the feeling at the helm is very pleasant, since the control is effective and direct.
Uno dei punti di forza di questa imbarcazione.
One of this boat's strongholds is its low noise level. At cruise speed, it's 67 dB. And if you think it's complicated to operate, you should know that today, with the instruments installed on the Volvo Penta IBS system, everything becomes more simple. Also, with flap control and trim assist system, that automatically changes the yacht's trim and is very important to have installed, particularly on this model.
Bene. A questo punto non mi resta che...
Well, at this point, all that's left for me is to wish that you have €800,000, or even a bit more for some accessories, to be able to afford it.